Tomorrow officially kicks off summer, but the DubSea Fish Sticks are already headed into the meat of their schedule as they prepare to play in their third straight game today, facing off against the Redmond Dudes for the first time this summer in a PIL showdown here in West Seattle. Completely new lineup for the Dudes from their 1 p.m. game as that off-speed's in there for strike 3, and what a way to start for Zach Hampson. 3 pitches, 3 strikes, and a leadoff strikeout. This will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. And just inside for ball 4. Hampson didn't like that call. Unai, an early jump. Hampson's going to step off. And the throw in time. So Hampson.
Wait.
The Dudes are looking to challenge this possibly.
Yeah, they're going to call a balk.
They're going to call a balk on Zach Hampson. He doesn't like that call either, and neither does the rest of this crowd. He takes first pitch, and that'll get past Noah Kung. Unai being waved home. That ball just died in the grass in the outfield, and he'll reach with ease. And the Dudes quickly ahead 1-0 here in the first. Hampson had no earned runs so far this year and had 4 total in 38 innings last year. And he's going to let up another one. Lucas Coma will drive in Teo Perala. And a quick 2-0 lead for the Dudes.
Looked the exact same as Indy Anderson's RBI hit, just hit more on a line. Good effort over at short by Kung, but just a little too far out of reach. And the Dudes making a statement early. This is already the same amount of runs that they scored against the Studs earlier today.
It's Coma at first. Both have RBI singles. This could be 2. Eisenhut over to first and a double play. So Hampson is out of the inning. Nolan Morey grounds into a double play. But a 2-0 lead for the Redmond Dudes here at the Friar in the first inning. Gollard, first pitch, takes it to second base. This is going to be a tough play with the speed of Gollard, and he's safe. He might have looked a half step out, at least from my point of view, but Gollard is aboard.
Great hustle from Rylan Gollard, and just making it a little harder on himself maybe.
And there he is, caught again. O'Donnell picks him off. Gollard upset with himself. That's the second time that's happened to him this season. And 1 away. 2.23 ERA last year at Linfield University. And way out in front of that is Costello, and he swings at strike 3, the second of the day for Hampson, and quickly 2 gone. That one from Hampson this year. We have seen that one. That's a fastball in there for strike 3. Third strikeout and a much cleaner second inning for Zach Hampson.
Consistent with how he's been so far today.
Off speed, gets away from him and hits Jake Daly. So Daly, the leadoff man, is aboard.
Pretty long windup for him.
Hellner up the middle. It's going to be a tough play, and it gets past the shortstop Unai. Jake Daly hustling home the tag in time. What a throw from center field from Gabe Pham. And another base running error from the Fish Sticks. It'll cost him a run.
Yeah, Kirby sent him, and I don't think it's his fault on the send, and I don't think it's Daly's fault either. Gage Pham, just a beautiful throw up the line, and the tag from Perala was just in time. We'll get another look at it. Just scoots by the shortstop's glove. You can see him have to move up the line.
Yeah, that's a great replay right there. So after all that, O'Donnell delivers an off-speed. That'll get past Perala. Parker got a great jump, and Hellner followed. So now runners on second and third. Perala is going to come out and talk to O'Donnell. Redmond Dudes, great name. A-plus name matchup.
Oh, I think we're going to have a balk here. Well, we go balk for balk in the first 2 innings of this game.
So Parker will get the free bag, and that'll be the first run of the inning and the first run of the game for the Fish Sticks. O'Donnell pleading his case. I didn't get a good look at it. Let's take a look here. That's the same windup.
That's the same windup he has been doing all day.
Yeah, interesting that they called it out. Maybe there was an extra step, but it is an interesting long windup from O'Donnell. The 9th pitch of the at-bat. Eisenhut up the middle. This will score a run. So Eisenhut does his job. out at first base, but the Fish Sticks tie it up at 2 apiece.
That's such a good at-bat from Tyler Eisenhut. Fouls off 4 pitches.
Another 2-2. This one's hit well towards left field. Dulay looking, and it's gone. Unai stumbles over there at first. But what an at-bat for Julian Unai. And the Dudes are back on top.
Yeah, the wind just carries it right over the left field fence. Not a great read from Dulay, but that ended up not mattering. And Julian Unai gets that fastball, and Mizuno really did locate it well, but Unai was all over it, and he does exactly what he needs to do. Goes oppo.
The first opposite field home run of the season here at the Friar. Got some oohs and ahs from the crowd, but Unai having a night so far. That one's taken towards the right side of the infield, and that'll get through for a base hit. So the Dudes doing damage right now on Mizuno, and Perala is aboard for the second time. 2-2, and finally Mizuno is able to finish off the batter for strike 3. (3-1). Called ball 4, so the leadoff man is aboard and going up towards a dangerous hitter in Rylan Gollard. Another 1-2 incoming. Kuhn takes off. That ball in the turf, going to be a tough play, and Kuhn will take the bag. Up the middle, and what a snag out there by Gabe Pham. Noah Kuhn smartly tags up, and he'll get to third base, but man, that was a rocket off the bat of Rylan Gollard, and Pham was lucky to catch up to it.
Pham saves a run and extra bases. Almost has to go full extension with the leap out in center field, but Gollard hit that so hard, it caught Pham off guard at first, and he has to do everything in his power. Fooled there.
Another off speed down the third base line, and that'll get through. Kuhn will come in, and Lowe with a stand-up double, and Vaughn Lowe is cooking with the hot grease right now for the Fish Sticks, who have tied it up at 3 apiece.
Another grade A grease stroke from Kyle Sweeney, and Vaughn Lowe. I mean, he got hot in the month of March at Tacoma Community College, so obviously he can get hot in a hurry at the plate. And recently, he has just been swinging the stick so well. That's a great piece of hitting.
Here's another 3-2 off speed inside, and a nice at-bat from Parker, and now the bases are juiced.
And so for Evan Hellner as well. Already 1 for 1 in this game. At least the team with 7 runs batted in.
1-2 from O'Donnell. This one's hit hard into left field, and it's dropped. Nolan Morey couldn't make the play, and that'll clear the bases. A huge mistake for the Dudes. And Evan Hellner alone at second.
It looked like Hellner just got unlucky on a hard hit line drive right at Nolan Morey out and left, but it crosses him up just a little bit right off the wrist. And with 2 outs, everyone is going for home.
You could kind of see it in the bright lights there, but that ball was tailing, and Morey out there in left field just kind of had to jump at it. So that'll be E7, and 3 runs come across. And it's now a 6-3 ball game. 1 strike away from striking out the side. And he does just that. How about 4 in a row for Jaden Mizuno? A quick top of the 4th. His 7th RBI in the last 4 games. And this one's ripped towards the same spot, and that'll get past Morey. He's been dealing with the sun all afternoon. And Vaughn Lowe, you cannot calm down this kid at home plate. His 2nd double. Oh, here we go. Crispy, he's had a tough start to the season. Fan going, oh no. Yeah. A face plant into left field. In blue attire there at the start. On deck. This one hit hard And into left field. That'll be a base hit. The first of the night for Pham. This one hit hard, and that'll get down in left field for a base hit. Unai hustling to third base. The throw from Galen is not in time. Made it closer than it originally looked. And Perala and Unai continuing to cause havoc for the Fish Sticks in a first and third scenario with one gone. And that's upstairs in ball 4. So the bases are now loaded. A dangerous situation now for Peterson. And Lucas Coma up to the plate, who already has an RBI single. Dudes just 2 runs earlier today against the Studs and 3 already and threatening more. And first pitch to Noah Kung. Nice play. Eisenhower looking for 2, and he got it. A big double play from Ryder Peterson. And the Fish Sticks come away unscathed in the top of the 5th, a 6-3 lead. And now the plate heating up for Jackson Dulay. This one's taken the opposite way, and another base hit for Dulay. Again, that's what his mantra has been this year, is to the opposite part of the field.
Yeah, and I was just going to say, he does that quite a bit. Just kind of pokes one through the right side of the infield and goes oppo.
It looked like maybe Dulay had orchestrated a nice parkour move there to get safely, but he's gunned down.
Yeah, he kind of delayed his slide and kept his legs away from the tag to start it and then almost snuck it in. That's worth another look. I think he's safe.
I think he's safe too. I thought that exact thing when it was live. And he might have avoided that.
Oh, man, he avoided that tag. Obviously, we do not have review in the Pacific International League, but
I mean, he was clearly out, but lifts that leg. That's pretty close.
Oh.
Another great replay from our replay team.
Yeah, they're on fire tonight.
But that looks safe over there from Dulay, who's looking for his second stolen base. But now one gone and Watson at first.
Dulay didn't argue it too much either, which makes me think he might have felt the glove tag him before he got to the base. I feel like if it missed everything, he probably would have stood out there for a little longer.
So 0-2 now to Hellner. Right at Morey out there in left field, who mishandled it. And a double steal is on. Dulay takes off for third. He might have gotten there, but he is called out. So it's just Dulay who took off. Watson looking confused at first base. Been a big bat so far this year. This is ripped through the glove. Boy, that ball was hit about 250 miles an hour. Here comes Watson trying to gain another base. And the Fish Sticks are just too greedy right now. Another base runner thrown out on the base paths and 2 gone.
That's such a tough read for a base runner at first. It's lined right at the first baseman, Gia Hagen, who just came in to pinch hit. Back in the top half of this inning. It's such a tough read.
Here's the 0-2 on the corner, called strike 3. Peterson gliding through the first part of the top of the 6th. 2 quick outs
in the coming games.
So here's the 2-0, and he takes it to right field. And that'll be through for a base hit. So 5 for 13 now for Noah Benedict, continuing his hot start to the summer. Benedict staying put again. This one might get down for Turnbow, and it does. So any way you can. And Turnbow gets his first hit of the year. Maybe not the way he intended to, but a hit nonetheless, and 2 are aboard. Here's 3-1. Ripped right at the shortstop, and it gets through. That'll score another. Noah Benedict hustling home. No shot to get him, and another run comes in for the Fish Sticks, who take the 7-3 lead.
Yeah, Gullard puts a good charge into that ball, and Unai just cannot handle it off the hot turf over at short. Definitely a makeable play, but it just sneaks right through and heads up base running from the speedy Benedict. Scores the 7th run of the game for the Sticks.
The Dudes have seen Turnbow dancing at second. He'll take off. Hit and run scenario, and done perfectly by Jackson Dulay. His second hit of the game already. That'll score Beckett Turnbow, and Jackson Dulay, another hot bat for this team.
Yeah, Jackson Dulay did everything perfectly there until he absolutely wiped out going around first base. But a hit and run executed to perfection, and the second baseman, Seeger, just not able to backhand that one. Jackson Dulay, another just a hot stretch for this Fish Sticks lineup. You could see him, he just went down.
Dulay takes off this time, another hit and run situation. And not scooped up over there at first. So Gollard will score. Watson will head to second base, and another run and another error for the Dudes, costing them that run.
Yeah, and that's another ball that Morey might be thinking about. He's over at first now. He had a couple tough plays in left field, and that one gets by him. It's another run and more life in the sixth. Not a great throw from Unai either, but
on the base paths, he entered the game leading the team with 7 RBIs, and he'll add on to that total. Dulay will come around to score. Watson will be held up at third. Now Hellner gunning for 2. The play is in time, so Hellner got a little greedy, but not before another run comes across. The 8th RBI of the year for Evan Hellner, and 10 runs are across for the Fish Sticks. A 10-3 lead. Unai's reached all 3 times. Walked back in the first and a fielder's choice back in the 5th. This one's ripped through the gap in right field, and that'll be a base hit. And man, Unai is just a tough out for this Dude's team. Unai takes off, basically a free bag, as that's ball 4, and Perala has reached base all 4 times he's been up tonight. 2-0 driven towards left field. Dulay coming in, and he'll make the grab. So big out number 3.
It's going to New Mexico State next year, but Benedict specifically has just been great. And there's another hit. Just looks the exact same as the first hit he got tonight, and that is just all he's done all season. Benedict continues to see the ball really well.
Now 6 for 14. The payoff coming from Cole Miller. Tried to get him to chase with the off speed, but Coma is aboard.
Coma's been really good at the plate today. Good approach.
7 of the 8 strikeouts of the game have come from the bottom 3 hitters, and right as I say that, a single up the middle, and Morey is aboard.
Yeah, we've kind of seen that from Cole Miller. Batters have just...
But again, the Dudes are no strangers to pouring on runs quickly. That'll bring up Seeger. A steal is on, and Seeger was blocking Evan Hellner. So nice heads-up base running there by Coma, now a first and third. Cut into things. Off speed, out in front. Miller might be thinking too, gets past him. Turnbow's just going to have to go to first. And a nice-looking play from Beckett Turnbow, but that will score a run.
Yeah, heck of a play by Turnbow. Softly grounded in a place where Cole Miller can't get his glove on it. Turnbow has to chase it way in from deep depth. A nice bounce off the mound. Has to kind of juke out the ump a little bit, and the throw off balance, but right on target to Bartholomew for the out.
His defensive abilities there. This one ripped up the middle from Costello. He's had a tough day. And now first and third again with 1 out.
Yeah, second time that the first pitch Cole Miller throws has just been driven up the middle for a base hit. This time it's Costello.
Reaching Unai and Perala. This one connected on. It's going to be a tough play out there in right field for Benedict. And it's a fair ball. So that'll score another. That just kissed to the line. And Griffin Potter with an RBI single, and 2 runs are across this inning. Still just 1 gone. Back to the top of the order with Pham, and that fastball gets away. Hellner doesn't realize that the runners are taking off. He couldn't get a throw. Again, a short backstop. I don't think Hellner expected the runners to take off, but they do. 1-2, and out in front of it is Pham, a big out. And Cole Miller back in the driver's seat with 2 gone. Unai's already put one over the fence today. And he crushes this. Tough play for Hamada, but he makes it look easy. And a big out for out number 3. And Kribbe's got to be impressed with what he's been seeing. A couple of singles, a walk, and a hit by pitch, and why not add on another? So 3 for 3, and reach base all 5 times to Teo Perala. And tip your cap. What a night.
You know, there's been a few base runners that he has allowed so far this year, but
And
ground
here we
balls
go.
like that are going to help him out.
Right on cue, and 6-4-3 double play as Jacob Rowling gets his first action in the field over there at first. And the Sticks are 1 out away. That one hit well towards left center field. Dulay going after it, and in one hops the wall. And Coma is going to continue a strong day. And there's a double. Man, that ball was hit hard.
Yeah, all kinds of pop. Probably the best sound we've heard off a bat all season.
Struck out and grounded into a double play and has made a couple errors in the field. This one's also hit well. But out there in center field, Gollard should have it. And he does. So a 10-5 win for the Fish Sticks, using offense in the third to propel them into the lead, and then scoring 3 runs in the bottom of the 6th. And they're above 500 for the first time this season.
Yeah, great team performance all around. Ryder Peterson was nails on the mound, but the lineup really all pitched in today. There were a lot of guys you could look at that really made a lot of contributions for the Fish Sticks today. So a good team win, and they're up to 3-4 in PIL play.